welcome to Baking with Nadia. Today we're going to be making fruit tarts, and these are great for any occasion. Spring is coming up and we've got several holidays also in spring. There's Easter coming up, so you can make it for an Easter occasion. Or there's the Baha'i New Year, Nowruz, coming up, and also the Persian New Year. So these are wonderful for any occasion, and there's 3 parts to a fruit tart, about 3 or 4 parts. You need to make the custard cream for the filling. There's also the shell that you're going to make, a pastry shell or a cookie dough shell, you can call it. We need to make that, and we're going to also melt chocolate to put it on top of that shell, and then also putting the fruit on and the glaze. So these are going to be absolutely delicious, and I've already gone ahead and made the pastry dough and also the custard cream. So you can refer to my YouTube channel or my website and get that recipe. It's www.bakingwithnadia.com. Let's go ahead and begin. Let's go ahead and introduce the ingredients and the equipment. We have shells for the tart, mini ones, medium size, and larger ones. And we need our little cookie cutters to make the design for the shell to go in there. Pastry brush and spatula, a rolling pin. We're going to be using strawberries, mandarins, kiwis. We're going to use some apricot preserves and strawberry preserves for the glaze. Pastry head and a pastry bag. We're going to be melting some dark chocolate. We'll need some flour. I've already gone ahead and made my custard cream, and I've gone ahead and made my sugar cookie dough or pastry dough. I'm going to go ahead and start by sprinkling some all-purpose flour on our working spot so it doesn't stick. Now I've already made this sugar cookie dough, so refer to my channel on how to make the sugar cookie dough. And make sure you put flour on top of it too. And we're just going to roll out this dough. So I'll start like that. And you don't want it too thick or too thin. Just eye it. Out my sugar cookie dough, and it's about 1/4 of an inch. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this is a 10-inch a tart shell, and I'm going to just sprinkle some flour on it, and I'm going to go right underneath it like this, and I'm going to put a little bit more flour on it and do it from the top, and I'm just going to use it on here and slide it on there like that. And then I'll bring the sides in. And here we have an 8-inch tart shell that we've made. And just go like this. You can fix it with your fingers too, like that. And it looks great. Okay, and we can put it here. And now we're going to just roll our dough again and make smaller fruit tart shells and a mini fruit tart shell. Bit more flour to it. Now this dough, you got to work fast with it. and you take it out of the fridge right when you're going to use it because it is a very soft dough and it could become sticky and difficult to work with if you work slowly with it or leave it out too long. Okay, so we're going to just go ahead and do this and put a little bit of flour on our spatula. Lift it up, gently put it in our fruit tart shell, and you can also pick it up and drop it. This will help it to settle in. And then you can add a little bit of the dough to your shell. Do a mini fruit tart. And just sort of center it along there, like that. You can pick it up and drop it down so it goes in, and then use your fingers to form it. Okay, that looks great. Our oven's at 375 degrees Fahrenheit. We're going to go ahead and put these in the oven. The smaller ones will cook faster than the medium and larger fruit tarts. And let's see, we'll start with 20 minutes. And they need to become golden brown, and then we'll check it. Okay, our fruit tarts are ready, and they actually all cooked together about 30 minutes. So your oven might be different. Just keep an eye on it. You want them to look golden brown, just like this. And they look great. And we'll let them cool, and then we'll put a layer of melted dark chocolate on it, and then we'll put our custard and fruit. One thing I forgot to do was to poke holes into the shell or the dough, the pastry dough. This will allow it for the air to just flow through and not for it to puff up so much. So don't forget to poke holes with a fork into it. Some people poke holes and some people put little beans in it for the weight to keep it down, so I'm just poking holes. Okay, I'm going to melt chocolate, and what I've done is I'm going to create a double boiler. Our water is boiling now. I'm going to put the chocolate right into it, and I'm going to turn off the heat. And this will melt on its own. And it's been about 5 minutes, and I'm just going to take a spoon and stir it a little bit, and you can see the chocolate has already started to melt. I cook with grapeseed oil, that's why I'm using grapeseed oil, but you can use any other different type of oil. And I do about 1 teaspoon of it. And then just mix it thoroughly. We're ready to put the chocolate on the shell of the fruit tart. Put a few spoons like that, and then with a spatula you can just spread it out. And after putting the chocolate on the shell of the fruit tart, you can transfer it to your refrigerator for it to harden and cool faster. We have the chocolate, the melted chocolate on our fruit tart shells, and now we can put it in the fridge so it cools and hardens up, and then we'll put our custard and add our fruit. Okay, we just took out our fruit tart shells out of the refrigerator, and the chocolate has hardened, and it's time to put our custard in. So let's do it. So we're just gonna, and I'm using a pastry bag. You can use a spatula and put it on that way and smooth it out with a spatula. I love using my pastry bag. It just turns out to be a lot more even. So let's go ahead and apply the custard to our shell. There we go. And you can fill in the little gaps that you missed. Other ones too. Just putting custard right on top of the chocolate and the shell and filling it right in. You can put as little, as much custard as you like. And you can do it with a spoon also instead of a pastry bag. Great, now let's go ahead and put the fruit on. Okay, so this is our final step right before glazing the fruit. We're going to pick out some nice strawberries and decorate our fruit tarts. We got our fruit on the custard, and it's time to now put our apricot glaze on. Now you can do strawberry glaze on the strawberries and apricot glaze on the other fruit, but I'm going to just do it all with apricot glaze. And there's a few reasons why we do this. It makes it shine, looks nicer, the fruit, and also it gives it a little bit of a sweeter taste, and it'll last longer for you in the refrigerator. You want to glaze it so that the fruit does not fall off. So stroke your pastry brush away that the fruit does not fall off, but it's easy to apply. Apricot glaze is just basically apricot preserves, and I take it and I put it through a strainer to get all the fruit out and the glumps and bumps, and then you can add a little bit of water and warm it over heat if it's too thick, but if it's not too thick, just go ahead and use it the way it is. You don't need to add water or warm it up. Here we have it, our beautiful fruit tarts. They look delicious, gorgeous, absolutely amazing. You've got the shell of the fruit tart, the custard, and then the chocolate layer, the custard cream, the fruit, and the apricot glaze on top. And they're gonna be amazing. I can't wait till you try this recipe. So don't forget to go to my website, www.bakingwithnadia.com, and don't forget to subscribe and enjoy.